Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to round 4 of... That's correct. Sorry, round 4 of MRC out of 11. We are coming to you live from Silverstone here in sunny old England. And it is surprisingly sunny, which doesn't often happen here in England. Just a quick rundown of how we're standing so far going into this race. Last time out, Rowe took his first win of the season, and interesting enough, his first finish of the season. For Williams, DNFing in the first 2 races, and last race was in Austria for those who couldn't remember. And we've had 3 different winners so far in 3 rounds. Osby taking the win in Australia, Beef's taking it in Canada, and as just said, Rowe taking it in Austria. So who's going to take it this time around? We'll be looking to find out. In terms of standings, Hobb is currently our leader by 2 points from Beef's. Hobb, who hasn't actually finished outside the top 4 yet, but he hasn't finished on the top 2 steps of the podium. He's done third, 4th. So, oh, Nick Pug DNFing already in sector 2. Not entirely sure what that is, but that's probably... I'm not sure actually, that could be in Cops. He's got that very wrong. Interesting enough, King Buzzo's come out on some hards. And hards are the tyres you really want to avoid on this track, because they are shocking. And that's putting it mildly. Only time you'll ever use the hards if you have an incident on the first lap and want to go to the end of the race, and even then you'll be thinking, thinking twice. So, we'll start on flying lap then of the most famous track and my favourite track of all, Silverstone. So turn 1, Abbey, turn 2, farm, this left hand, and then up into turn 3, hard on the brakes. Try and find the apex, then shift over to the right through 4 and 5. This is 4, this is arena here. Get that power down, get this DRS straight just here. And go down towards Brooklyn's turn 6. And this is a really tricky corner, I find. Such a late apex on it. You keep going and going. Just clip it there where you see the little red marks. Get it back over through Luffield, turn 7. And then you get that power down as you go through Woodgate, little kink here. And then you're on the original home straight. As you can tell by the markings, the national pit straight. Through turn 9 Cops, the original turn 1. You can imagine that being a turn 1. That's quite interesting. And then you come up to probably the most famous corners everywhere, the Maggots and Beckett's corners. 5 corners here, or 4 here, and then you've got the chapel, this little left, onto this back straight, the hangar straight. DRS wide open once again, under a little bridge. And then go down towards Stowe, where some of you might remember that Michael Schumacher had a big accident a few years ago, breaking, I think, both his legs. And then get that power down, get it back over to the right as you're coming through Vale, turn 16. Click the apex, and then the double right-hander of Club. And there we go, that is a flying lap. And it's not as flying as we'd hope, but 28.5, bit off the pace. And he looks like he's going again as well. So King Buzzo did a 29.8 on his hard tyres. I'm hoping he's going to be changing on to something better. So on board with Viluk, or just Luke. He's never lucky. As you'll probably see during the race, so he'll probably make a mistake like that and ruin this entire day. I shouldn't talk about him, should I? You know, I'm just going to go off him to find someone else who I'm not going to jinx. Double GI. In lap. Beef's in lap. Hobb. Potential flying lap? Let's go with Hobb and see if he's going for a fly. He's in mode 3. I suspect it should be mode 4 at this point, but as he's going through the Maggots and Beckett's. A little wide there. And he does look like he's going again. He's trying to pick up a slipstream there off Double GI. Down into Stowe now. Let's see if he keeps going with this lap. Yellow in sector 3. Not sure what's going to that. No, and Hobbs in the pits. So let's... Oh, there's no one really on a flying lap anymore. What's Crucifixion doing? He is going for, looks like he's going for another lap. He's in mode 0 at the moment. He needs to shift that up. And he does go faster, but it was actually invalidated. That's why he's in mode 0. And he still is. I think he's on his way in. So Double GI is going again. Let's go on board there with Toro Rosso driver. Last time out he didn't start, but he got a 6th place in Canada, so he's got a small haul of points, and he'll hopefully go better from there. He's currently... I've lost him in the titles. Where is he? He's currently 13th in the championship. on 8 points. Bit way off the leader, considering it's only a 11 race season. You need to get as many points as possible, because it becomes harder and harder obviously as you go through. So I quickly run down the Drivers' Championship as we stand. As I said earlier, Hobbs is currently leading 2 points ahead of Beefs, so they should be... Where are you going? Okay, we've changed the game into dirt. Fair enough. Third place, you've got Neved. He's on 30 points. 3 points behind him by Overspeed. 1 point behind Overspeed, you've got Leclerc. 1 point behind that, you've got Rowe. Nakiro Pug is 5 points back on 20 points. 4 points behind him, you've got Mr. Fist. Just behind him, Crucifixion, along with Luke, at 15 and 14 respectively. And then you've got Lucas on 10, along with Hatman Accident, also on 10. WI, as we mentioned earlier, on 8. So, WI obviously making a little bit of a mess of that lap. He's in the pits as Rose coming round Stowe. He's going to get flying once again to try and beat his pretty much 27 dead. And we'll see what we do. Just going through farm, keeping it nice and tidy. King Buzzo has come out once again. He's come out on some mediums this time. Obviously trying some different strategy for the race potentially. And I mean, there's only really one strategy, and that's softs to mediums. You don't really use the hards unless you absolutely have to. And the only reason you do that, as say, if you have an accident in the first few laps. And that's it. So, I mean, basically the hards can go for nearly the entire race. So if you had an accident on lap 1 or 2, you might consider it, but considering they're going to be so much slower than the mediums or softs, you're going to be putting yourself under a bit of a risk to just not really do anything. And the issue I've found often coming to Silverstone is the pit exit, because the way it feeds you into turn 2 can actually catch a few drivers out, especially on those cold tyres. You can just send you flying. And I've seen a fair few drivers actually DNF because of it. Hopefully we won't see any of those today. Rowe has bailed out his lap. He's made that mistake on the exit of Chapel. So he'll be either coming back in or going for another one. He's on his way in. Let's have a look at Beefs then. He is on a fly. Looked very slow there coming off Cops. Still in mode 5, so I wonder if he is still going to go. So hopefully I don't commentator's curse this one. Hey, I didn't. As I see Hobbs weaving in front of him, like, oh. It's a very early shift down there from Beefs. See if he keeps this going. He is. He's on a 120 now. He needs to find a low 27. I'm not sure he's going to make this. No, it's a very high 27. Goes a little bit faster, but just not really anything on it. So where's Cow? Cow's just jumped up there to P5. King Buzzo coming around the final corner to finish the lap. Jumps up then to P3. Great lap then on the mediums. Half a second off current pole sister Rowe. And a little bit of lag there for Buzzo. Do we dare look at Luke? He is never lucky, and he's been cursed once already by me. And he's actually finished the lap. He's done a 28, pretty much 28 dead. Just ahead then of Cal by 0.04 of a second. And he's now got that time on the board then. Crucifixion is weaving down the back straight. He's going to be starting a flying lap. Hobb is on a flying lap. He's currently going through Luffield. Let's see if he can get that Ferrari up. Obviously, you need to be in front of King Buzzo. If King Buzzo is going to start on those mediums, you really want to be in front of him. So that's the last place you want to be, is behind a guy going a little bit slower than everyone else. Also, we don't know about the weather forecast for the race. That's always a bit of a surprise for us. And sometimes it's a good surprise, sometimes it's a bad surprise. And by bad surprise, I mean it's completely dry or it's completely wet. The best type of weather you can get in online racing, as far as I'm concerned, as a commentator, is changeable weather, because it just mixes everything up. And it's one thing I always look forward to, seeing that weather forecast and realising it's going from wet to dry or dry to wet, or wet Or dry, wet, dry. That's always a fun one if you can get that to work. Sometimes that might take a little bit of fiddling on the setup end. So Double GI back out on set of mediums, making a little bit of mess last time out, coming off Chapel. Hopefully we're not going to commentators curse him this time, and he's going to make it round the lap. He's currently on the 20, he's going very slow there. See if we can get a split time. Sector 1's coming up, ending here. He's definitely bailed out. So Double GI won't be going faster, he'll be just doing another installation lap. Crucifixion, however, isn't on an installation. He's heading down the hangar straight into Stowe. Let's see if he can get himself up off P10. We've got 5 minutes left of the session, so it's getting towards the do or die moments. As Crucifixion throws it around the final corner. He went faster, but didn't move up, unfortunately for him. And he's going to be P10 as it stands. He looks like he's going again as well. Keeping that engine going. Mr. Fist is just coming around Arena now. So he's got a long way to go on his lap. Let's have a look. Where is Leclerc? He's throwing it into Cops. No, sorry. That's the wrong corner. That's Abbey. Sort of correct. It's the first corner, but it's not a first corner anymore. Where's Rowe? He's heading down the back straight. Well, heading towards Mags and Beckett's. Apologies. Didn't realise that was the racing line, but I guess. Let's go back to Leclerc, who's actually taking corners properly, unlike Rowe. And as I say that, he cuts the corner. Right, let's find someone who's actually taking corners properly. I think he might have been validated. Let's see if he does what he does at Mags and Beckett's. Oh, he's going to take them properly. Interesting. Let's go see Mr. Fist. He's just come around the final corner. Goes faster, but not fast enough to move himself up. So he's P9 as it stands. Just over 3.5 minutes left of the session. So let's see. Rowe's gone into pits. Is Leclerc going to start flyer? Not if he's driving like that, he won't be. Double GI, is he going again? He looks like he is. He's coming around. He's going in the pits. Yes, he is. Mr. Fist is in Mozero. He's on his way in. Osby then jumps up with a very slow lap. 35.5. He gains 1 place over Necromaniel, who's DNF'd. Is he going to go again? He's in mode 4. Looks like he's going to go again. So let's move off Osby. He's cutting corners. He's in mode 0. He's in mode 0. Beefs is weaving, and Hobbs is about to start. So let's start with Hobbs. Or Hobb. He's going to get his lap underway. Got 2.5 minutes left for the session. Obviously with a 1 minute 30 lap, you need to be coming out with a good 140 to 145, maybe 150 left on the clock. Probably not really 150, not that busy this track. So I help throwing it through the corners. Coming up now to turn 3. Just on the apex there, nicely done. Back over left through Arena, get that power down. Managed to hold the rear there, didn't line him up too badly. Coming through turn 6 now. Oh, light out those rears, it's got to be careful there, Hob. Where's Beef? Beef is just behind him as well. Beef is going a little bit tentatively as well, so maybe their tyres aren't as warm as they'd like. We'll now find out the true test of your tyres as you come through these corners. Have you got any grip in them? Hobbs done well. Just keeping it on, a little bit of throw up dust as everyone does there. Going to get a little bit of tow here actually from his teammate. Wonder if that's been planned. So hoping that little Little toe down the hangar straight, facing his car through the exit of Stowe. Just 3 corners left to go. Let's see if he can get himself up to the front. Oh, he's just a little bit sliding through turn 17. And he's gone faster, but literally only just, not even a tenth faster. So he's not going to move up. Where's Beef? Beef's coming around the final corner now. P1 by 0.2 of a second then for Beef. He's your current pole sitter. Rowe is out on the track. And we've got 3 people who won't actually take part in the rest of the qualifying. Double GI, Twist the Fist and Crucifixion, they are done for the day. And I think so is Overspeed based on where he's currently sat. And yes. So, Beast is done as well. Where's Rowe? He is heading now down towards Brooklands on the fly. Let's see if he's got enough in this to get us to the front. Where's King Buzzer as well? Let's stay actually with... Yeah, let's stay with Rowe. Where's Leclerc? No, let's stay with Rowe. Rowe's going to be the next big band to cross the line. Who's going to be... Is it going to be Buzzo? Is it going to be Leclerc? Or is it going to be Rowe? Who is going to put it at the front of qualifying here for the British Grand Prix? Maybe if Hobbs got anything left in that engine, he might have another go. Let's have a quick look to see where he is. He's in mode 4. He might be going again. Let's actually stick with him and see if he's going to make it to the line. No, he's not. Let's go back to Rowe then. Coming down the hangar straight. He knows what he's got to be. He's got to get a 26.7 something, really, if he wants to have a chance to start at the front. Currently P2. Final few corners now. Let's see if he's got what it takes. The line is so close to this corner, and he's done a 26.78. He is up to P1 then. Where's Leclerc? Retired from session. King Buzzo then. Coming down the hangar straight. The only man that could potentially take this pole position off Rowe. He knows what he's got to beat. Has he got it? Final few corners now for him. He's currently P4. P4 on mediums. Is he going to go for the line, or is he going to back out? He's backed out. He knows he wasn't on to beat Rowe, so he might as well start on the mediums in P4. And there we go. Well, slightly anticlimactic at the end. Obviously, Rowe smashing it to take the front row. But King Buzzer could have taken it, but just didn't have the lap together, so he backed out of his lap. But fortunately for him, he'll start P4 on the mediums, which is going to allow him to go really long in his opening stint, which is going to be great for him. Beast there, P2, only just, look at that, 0.013 behind. That is nearly as close as you're going to get. Leclerc 0.3 off the pace of Rowe, but a solid third place nonetheless. And King Buzzo pretty much 0.8 off the back of Rowe, but he is on those mediums, which will be good come the race. So just now wait for everyone to get those setups on. The people outside the top 10 obviously get a free choice of tyres, so they can change to whatever they want. And it is looking very blue, so the threat of rain is probably very minimal, if anything, which is unusual for a British Grand Prix. Been here 3 times myself, or was it 4 times? Definitely 3 times, might be 4 times. And it is absolutely amazing to be at a Grand Prix. Particularly when Hamilton wins, makes it even better. I know you might not all be Hamilton fans, but I am, because I'm British, English. So first up, we've got a formation lap. So let's have a quick look at those tyres and see what everyone's gone for. Everyone's on the softs, except for King Buzzo, who is on those mediums. Will that work for him? Potentially, yes, because towards the end he's going to be on the softest compound, and with low fuel, and he can go really racing. Those softs it's going to last better when you've got less fuel in the car. So I suspect softs are going to be stopping around 9 or 10, if they can make it that far, obviously. All down to the drivers and their setups. And the medium tyres will, well, King Buzzo will probably go for as long as he can, really. I'm predicting 16 or 17 laps for Buzzo before coming in. And as I said earlier, the hards can do pretty much the entire race distance. Whether or not you want them to do the entire race distance is up to them. I suspect you might see some people towards the back if they have an incident on the first couple of laps. They might come in, put those hards on and go for as long as they can. Obviously the only risk is if you put on a set of hards that can go to the end and have another incident, you've just lost a load of time because of it. So Rowe is taking us around. We've got a new joiner in the back, which is Lucas. Ignore the fact Luke has been disqualified, he'll just be reset to the grid. So Lucas joins us in the back in the Red Bull. Normally a Williams driver, but today's Red Bull. So Rowe's taking his time to get in the grid. Beast is well off the pace somehow. He's dropped right back. It's a good thing this isn't the race, because otherwise he'll be well off the pace. So Rowe is in position now as we just wait for the final few drivers to take up their place. I think we've lost Necromarian Pug, and looks like we have, but we've got 3, 4, 5 red lights. They're off, and we're off. Very good start then for that Haas, looking perfect. And there's some debris flying, and that Haas has jumped to the back. Okay, King Buzzo is having some leg issues. Let's look elsewhere. Let's look at Leclerc coming around. There's more body damage flying across. There's a dive down the inside then for that Toro Rosso double Joe, but he's getting forced to the outside. Gal comes through on the inside to take that position back off, and they're going to go side by side down this straight already. Battling from the word go. I'm just wondering who picks up a load of damage. I saw a lot of bodywork flying. Double Joe's gone very wide there, and Mr. Fist is coming through on the inside of Leclerc. Now he's forced to the outside, so he's not going to have that position. But Double Joe, taking the unfortunate very wide angle, has lost out a lot of places there. As Mr. Fist is on the back of Leclerc as we come up through cops for the first time. Lifting and shifting down. Leclerc a little bit sideways, going to give Mr. Fist a great chance. He's going to send it down the inside into the maggots. He is. He's sideways as well. He's held the position though. Up to P5 then for Mr. Fist. Let's have a look further up then as actually Leclerc getting a beastly drive off that corner. I was about to look away, but Leclerc's just come steaming past. Mr. Fist lay on the brakes into Stowe, just can't do anything about it, unfortunately for him. And I was going to go look up the front, as there we go, that's why I was going to look up the front. Rowe and Beef swapping around. So Rowe claiming that lead back off Beefs. And further back Cobb is having a little race of his own by the looks of things. Let's have a look. And Leclerc's got a Revelant to back, so we won't look at him much. Overspeed and Luke going at it. And just behind them, Lucas is coming down the inside. They're going to go 3 wide. And they all come away neatly and tidily. And there's a fortunate bit of lag there then for Lucas. Just went through his teammate. King Buzzo has jumped into the pits there with that front wing damage. And that is some serious damage he had in that car. Overspeed having a look down the inside of Luke. Lucas himself very late on the brakes. Has gone very deep into that corner. He has to be careful not to take out his teammate though. If you just ignore the times on the left for now, they will correct themselves at the end of this lap. And obviously we'll try and avoid missing any action. Let's have a look at some action then. Speaking of it, as Mr. Fist and Leclerc are still going at it. Just come into the Magnussen Beckett's. Oh, Cow kicking up some dirt there. And Leclerc's going to come through on the inside of there. As Cow is off track, he's going to lose another place I think, because Luke should come past him. He's going to get the slipstream down the hanger straight. He's going to pull out. This should be an easy overtake. Then down into Stowe. And it is. So Luke up to P6, back to where he started from. Mr. Fist with that great start. Up then to P5, gaining 4 places. Lucas also gaining 4 places. There's a yellow in sector 3 there for a moment, but it's gone now. And now you can see the times are starting to sort themselves out. So we've really got some gaps forming up ahead. And as it stands, this is the close battle, but just in front actually. Cow's looking down the inside. No, he's not. I thought he was going to have a look down the inside there on Luke, but he's going to sit behind for now. He's going to get some DRS if he doesn't hit Luke too hard. As I say, now here comes the DRS down this little straight. He's not going to make a move here. He is, however, going to get really close to the back of him. Or maybe he's going to make a move. No. He's just a little late into that corner. Brings it in neatly though. As Overspeed and Lucas swapping places behind. Well, swapped and then swapped back. So Overspeed holding on to P8 for now. Cow is still on the back there. As Beast picks up a 3-second penalty this early in the race is not a good sign. He's going to have to be careful. This is only the third lap. To pick up a penalty this early is very bad news bears for him. Let's have a quick look at tyre situation. So King Buzzer came into the pits with that damage, put on another set of mediums, and Cow's going to lose another place here. Down the hang straight, a little bit of wheel to wheel there. Overspeed is through then, up into P7. And he'll set his sights on Luke as Rowe goes fastest once again. More DRS then across the fast start finish straight. Not much DRS here, but it's just enough to keep you within touching distance of the guy in front. As Hobb and Leclerc swap places, didn't realise they were that close. Hobb's off. Hobb has had a big off then. As he picks up any damage, has just slid off. Nice. It looks clean. He's obviously just lost the rear end then, going through farm, and he's dropped the whole way back to P9. And we've got a virtual safety car as a result. So no one diving in the pits. Obviously the only people near the pits were the people who had already pitted through their damage. Let's just move ourselves up then to Lucas. This could be a close one here. Cow gets a good jump, and we go once again. Cow gets a decent jump, but Overspeed still with him, just ahead. Looking a little out of shape as Overspeed just running on the dirt a little bit. Going to hurt their tyres just a little bit. Just get that bit of dust on the wheels. It's not going to do you any good. Overspeed now is getting a beastly drive out of that corner. He's going to make a move here on Luke. And up he goes. Or does he? He's pulled out the slipstream. He's just not able to get past. He's got the better drive out the corner, so he should be down the inside then into turn 16. Through he goes. Luke looking for the cutback, just unable to find his way back across. So Overspeed then up into P5 he goes. Just behind Cow, just behind Luke you've got Cow, he's got DRS as well. Oh, Luke very slow then through Abbey. Then he's catching Cow out. So out front, Rowe's currently got a lead of 1 point. Oh, hello. Where did you come from? Lucas making moves on Cow. Trying to at least, just appeared in his mirrors. Rowe has a lead of 1.4 seconds. Beefs is 2.4 ahead of his teammate Leclerc, who's got a 3-second lead over Mr. Fist. And Mr. Fist is 2.4 seconds clear of Overspeed. And this battle here is really starting to hurt any attempt of anyone to get up into the top 3. As Overspeed appears to almost be holding up a handful of people. Hobb will be trying to get back onto this train in a minute. Luke and Overspeed though coming into the Magazine Becketts. See if he can get a good drive off the corner. That's what's going to matter. He looks a little out of shape in the middle. And who's going to go in position here? Lucas looks like he's got the best drive of the 3 out of the corner, but Cal is going very defensive and has slipstream and DRS of his own to help defend. A little late in the corner, but nonetheless, he's getting very close there. Oh, Mr. Fist must have had an error because we've just caught up to the back of him. So Overspeed is overspeeding through club corner there. Got a yellow in sector 2. Wonder who that's for. Let's have a look further back. Looks like Crucifixion had a little off then. That Woodcote and Lustfield. 3-second penalty for Cow. So Lucas is. Well, they're all very close to each other. Let's just stick at the back, see if we can see any action as Lucas trying to make the move on Cal there. Nothing to be had at this stage. Everyone's got DRS except for Mr. Fist at the front, but he's got a nice lead already over Overspeed. Cal goes deep. Lucas comes through and takes the position. Cal gonna have a look down the inside? No, he's not. It's just not enough room for him. Well, there's plenty of room, but just didn't go for it. King Buzzer going fast for everyone on the medium tyres, actually. That's showing true pace there. So Cal's mistake there has given a little gap between Lucas and Luke, but it's now closed up as Mr. Fist is trying to pull away from Overspeed. Just unable to do so at the moment. Ooh, very close to hitting the rear there of that Ferrari was Lucas. Bound out just in time. And Luke is going to make the move on Lucas. Oh, that's a very late break there for Bieluk. And he's gone very deep. He's going to lose one. He's going to lose two. No, he's not. Mr. Fist with a 5-second penalty for speeding the pit lane. Interesting enough, he stopped after 5 laps. He must have cooked those tyres quite substantially already. He's stopping that early on. So he's going to drop right back. Probably come out ahead then of Double GI. Let's have a look. Oh, Luke, 3-second penalty. That was definite over corner cast in there. So Lucas dropping off the back of Lucas here. Cole is only 0.7 behind. They're still within the DRS zone of these guys. These gaps are starting to grow as the race progresses. Lucas is trying to get outside the 1 second window of Bieluk, and it looks like he might have done it actually. He's going to give Cow a great chance down the hangar straight to make a move. Obviously, it all depends if he can hold the gap ahead. It's interesting because Leclerc and Beefs are starting to close up on each other as well. 1.2 is the gap up there. That's coming down. So Mr. Fizz did pit, and he's put on a second set of soft tyres, which is an interesting call, but obviously trying for a 2-stop strategy. I don't believe he had damage, he might have done. Oh, Luke a little bit off, but so is Lucas, and Lucas is going to go down the inside, wheel to wheel there. And Bieluk is through, or is he? It's actually quite a nice camera angle this at times. Wheel to wheel once again, as you can quite clearly see. And that's Bieluk's been spun. He's in the wall. He's still going though. And he's got substantial front wing damage on that Ferrari. In fact, he has no front wing on that Ferrari anymore. And he's really going to be struggling now to get back to the pits. Just wondering if either of these guys picked up any damage in the process. And there's definite damage on Lucas's front wing there. The front right is missing all his elements. As he's closing off on the back of Clout, who has... I thought he had a bit of front wing damage as well. I could be wrong. Just trying to see the nice angle if he stops moving. No, his front wing looks fine. Lucas, however, is just driving really quick considering the front wing damage on his car. He's got the slipstream, he's got the DRS. Is he going to make a move then? Late braking then, and through he goes. So Leclerc has pitted from P3. He's going to drop right back to around P7. As Lucas is going through. Have a quick look, he is going onto those mediums, so he's looking to go to the end from here. Should be doing about 20 laps at the very most of these tyres. Hobbs come in as well. And Luke has come in behind him. Fortunately for Luke, Hobbs isn't getting a front wing change, but I suspect there might be a bit of delay then. He might be alright actually. There's a bit of delay, but not too much. Your Ferrari mechanic's not on ball, unfortunately. And so Milik is going to come out right down. He should come out ahead of Crucifixion, so he's not too much to worry about there. Let's have a quick look at him actually coming out of the pits, because these cold tyres, as I mentioned earlier, these cold tyres coming out of the pits can be really bad if you just light up the rears too much. It sounds like Crucifixion's actually going to go past him. So here comes Luke out of the pits. And he did alright actually. I've seen a fair few people spin on the exit of those pits. And Luke holding it nicely. So we'll look back at P5 then, as we're on lap 10 of 26. The race leader is anyway. As Beef's pits, and we're going to have a pit battle here for Lucas and Cal. Let's see who can get their car out first. Is it going to be the Red Bull? Is it going to be the McLaren? I'll just stick with this because it's currently the only battle on track and could be interesting to watch. The advantage is the Red Bull do have their garage first, and Lucas is having front wing change and Cal isn't, so Cal's going to come out ahead. So Cal then up as it stands to P6. Obviously there are a few people still to pit. King Buzzer's actually gone past. He's going to hope for his sake he can go to the end, but I think he was going to have to pit again. He might try and take him to the end. So Cal came out P7. He actually put Hob between him and Lucas. So let's have a look up at Leclerc trying to chase down his teammate. He is 1.4 seconds ahead of him. 1.3. As Rowe, our race leader, has pitted then. He's got yellow in sector 1. Is that Crucifixion? Had a little off. Double G, that, there we go. Unfortunately I missed it, but that is what happens when you come out of the pits and get it all wrong. It's a little later in the lap, but still cold tyres. Try and go around corners, don't work too well. So Overspeed is also pitted from P2. Roy pitted from the lead and will come out still in the lead. Where's Beast? Beast is coming down the home straight now, so he'll take Overspeed. So Leclerc. And looks like Mr. Fist is going through as well. Let's see where Overspeed does come out. Is he coming out ahead of King Buzzo? Oh, where's that little bit of wobbly that you get coming out of the pits? King Buzzer is right on his rear. He doesn't think he's going to be close enough for DRS. No, he's not. So Overspeed crucially ahead and clear of DRS at the moment. But that gap is at 0.7. King Buzzo's tyres are obviously switched on. Overspeed's on. And that's what happens when your tyres are cold. You lock up and make mistakes. King Buzzo is now all over the back of him and he needs to get this move done before Overspeed's tyres can come up to temperature. No chance of an overtake down in here, but Overspeed does go wide on the entry and a little bit of wobble on the exit. Now King Buzzo is going to stick with him through this section. Going to get DRS after the final corner. DRS now wide open. It's closing up on Buzzo, on Overspeed, sorry, but just not closing up enough. So King Buzzo is going to sit back in P6 for now. And he's got a good drive off the corner. He's going down the inside. Does, as he made the corner, as he made the position stick. He has great late braking then for King Buzzo. Moves himself up to P5. And let's have a quick look at the Renault boys and see what they're doing. Team orders in play, or are they still racing at it? I think they are still going for it here. Leclerc with a great drive off the corner, and I think that might be team orders in play there. Because Leclerc has just gone streaming past. Beast didn't even look like he's trying to defend. So let's have a look further back. Overspeed and Buzzo still close together, despite Buzzo's just made the overtake. And he's got a little bit of lag on that end, so hopefully that won't hinder him as much as it did at the start. So we are on lap 12 of 26, getting towards the halfway point. It's all still to play for. Expecting King Buzzo is going to have to pit again, along with Mr. Fist. Mr. Fist will have to pit onto mediums. He can't use the softs again. Well, he can, but he won't be able to finish on the softs as the Renault boys switch ahead. King Buzzo will come out on a set of softs towards the end, and hopefully, for his sake, will be absolutely flying and not flying down the inside of O-Speed. As the Williams boys, Renault boys are still switching up ahead. Definitely no team orders in there. As we look towards the back quickly, let's have a look. Double GI and Crucifixion are relatively close together. It's 0.4 between them. Is Double GI going to get the drive off the corner that he wants? Crucifixion gets a very good drive off the corner, and it's going to looks like he's going to hold this position. He's 9 laps in on those softs, and he's getting towards his pit window. Crucifixion very late on the brakes there. Or Crucifixion just very early on the brakes. WGI is desperate to make a move here. Maybe for P11, but it's all important. As King Buzzo is now back down to P6. O-Speed has got past him. Beast with another penalty. It's not going well for him out there. Oh, Crucifixion not going well for him either. He is off the track. Big mistake then on the entry of turn 4, and he's going to drop right to the back. And he's, yeah, so those 10 lap old softs are starting to wear away quite substantially for him, and I think he might be coming into the pits this lap. Let's get a set of mediums on. You know, those tyres are looking cooked. If I was Crucifixion, I'll get those tyres onto a plate and serve them up with some roast buds and vegetables with a nice lot of gravy, because those tyres are cooked and prime. Let's go back into King Buzzo, and O-Speed still battling out then. This is only for P5, but it's all important. King Buzzo all over the back of O-Speed. He's got the DRS, he's got the slipstream. He won't be making a move here again. He'll just looking to consolidate position. Keep within touching distance of O-Speed, because the hanger straight is going to be your opportunity if you don't crash into the back of the guy in front. Actually, having said that, King Buzzer looks like he's got a good drive off that corner. He's got a bit of slipstream. He's going to go down the inside here and cops. Be a madman if he does. He's going to get a good drive off here once again. Very close to coming together between these two. O-Speed still leading as he goes into Maggots. And through Beckett's, and then going to go into Chapel. King Buzzer again with that slipstream. Slipstream now DRS. Mode 3. He's very close. He's going to make a move. He's going to go for the outside. And round the outside he goes. So O-Speed going to come back at him. Doesn't look like it. And Luke has retired from session. Let's have a quick look further back then at Double GI. Where has Luke crashed out? There, interesting place to lose it. Don't think I've seen anyone lose it on the exit of Woodcote before, but Luke's managed it. So King Buzzer holding off O-Speed now. They've been trading places the last few laps. As we're on 15 off 26 now. And King Buzzer will be coming in probably the next 3 or 4 laps, depending how those tyres are feeling. And considering he's just had outside the DRS window of O-Speed, that just shows how quick he is going. And again, King Buzzer has broken that DRS. He's going to be safe from the attack of O-Speed, assuming he can make it through these corners without losing too much time. Obviously he's got a little less grip than the Rebel boy. It's good show through these corners. But he's held it. He's going to have clear of the DRS. Here's King Buzzo. He's able to start pulling away from overspeed. As Leclerc picks up a 3-second penalty. He's not going well for the Renault boys, and there goes King Buzzo into the pits. He needs to just avoid all penalties, unlike other people. So King Buzzo is going to come out quite well down the order. He's going to come out ahead of Double GI. So look, see if he's getting a front wing or anything to go with it. I don't suspect he is. Just stick on board with him. There's not a lot of action on the track at the moment. No new wing. Fresh set of softs then for King Buzzo. And now he needs to carve his way through the field to get back to where he once was. As you can see, he's down 5 places from where he started. Lucas up 5, Overspeed up 6, and so is Mr. Fist is also up 5. So then, that's how it looks. Gap's still a leader. Only Crucifixion has been lapped. Double Shy is getting close to being there, about 25 seconds away from being lapped. But King Buzzo is out. He's 19 seconds off the back of Lucas. And he now needs to go absolutely flying. He's got 10 laps to do it all in. Obviously he'd aim to be on the podium, but he'll be happy just to get more and more points as he goes on. Has he got what it takes though to get back to where he was before he pitted? So up to overspeed level, I think he might. It's going to be hard push to do it, but he might be able to get there. So just keep an eye as Mr. Fist has pitted. So he'll come out just ahead of King Buzzo. So whereas Mr. Fist is just coming out, he's exiting the pits. King Buzzo isn't quite close enough. So Mr. Fist coming out of the pits now, so King Buzzo is going to be right up behind him on much softer tyres and warm tyres, crucially. Mr. Fist coming out now. He held it nicely. So King Buzzo right up on his rear already, look at that. Warm, soft tyres. It's like driving with bubblegum, just sticks to the track. It just powers through the corner and through he goes quite easily then days, King Buzzo. That's one driver down. So that's a lock-up already for Mr. Fist. That's not what you want to do with fresh tyres. So King Buzzo, 18.3, 18.2 off Lucas. That's his next man to go. Let's have a quick look up at the Renault boys. They are starting lap 18 of 36. And they are always hanging around each other. Hopefully they're not going to pick up too many more penalties. Mr. Overfist is a fair bit off the back of them, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. As Buzzo is bringing that gap down to Lucas. He is on the charge as Lucas is actually bringing down the gap to Hob. That could be an interesting one to keep an eye on. Hob obviously had a spin earlier, but he's the current championship leader. He's not going to be after today, that's for sure, because second place man Beefs, who's only 2 points behind, is up there in second place. And Hob is the whole way down in 6th as King Buzzo shows us the pace on those softs. 29.2. If you compare that to everyone else's times, no one else is even in the 29s. The next is a 30.29. That just shows how much pace he's got on his tyres. Oh, a bit of an off there for Lucas. That's going to allow King Buzzo to close in and Hob to pull away. As King Buzzo is only 16.5 off the back and reeling that in. That's coming down like a tenth or bit, nearly tenth or two. Every time it ticks over that clock, he's going to gain a lot here because that's where Lucas went off. Let's have a good look once again up to Leclerc and Beefs. That gap is still hanging around 1 second. I think their positions are going to come down to who's got the most penalties. Beefs obviously with 1 lap fresher mediums shouldn't be too much of an issue. As King Buzzo is now 14.3 off the back of Lucason's yellow in sector 1. Who's had enough? Don't know. Another yellow in sector 1. Who's... That must be Crucifixion. Just getting out of the way of everyone. Hob has... Buzzo, sorry, has just gone fastest once again. Let's have a look at how he's going along. 13.3 now is the gap to Lucas. He's on 19 of 26. And that gap is flying down now. Let's have a look at Lucas. One mistake from Lucas will bring Buzzo in so close to the back of him. Even though the gap is 12 seconds, Buzzo is just absolutely flying out there. And he needs to catch up to Lucas and make that move really quick, because then he can get past Hob. And he can get himself P6. He'd be lucky if he can get up to the back of Cal. But who knows what happens as this race goes on. As long as he doesn't pick up any more silly penalties. That is. 11.3 is the gap now. Just keep an eye on Lucas if he makes any little mistakes. No pressure on him, but there is a man on a mission behind you. And you should already start to feel him breathing down the back of your neck. Even though he's 11 seconds off the back, he's closing that gap like there's no tomorrow. And he's gone fastest once again. 28.7. We just have a look at those fastest laps again. Fastest of anyone else is a 20.29, and that just shows how much pace King Buzzo's got. But has he got enough to get up? He should get Lucas and Hob, but has he got enough to get up to Cal? It's all going to depend on how quickly he can get past these guys. So Lucas has actually got himself into DRS of Hob, which is actually going to be not great for King Buzzo. Yellow in sector 2, Crucifixion has retired from the session. There he is, just on the outside of Cops. And not forcing a safety car, which is good news for most people. Bad news if your name's King Buzzo. Because a safety car right about now could really mix things up. 9.3 is the gap now. It's gained 2 seconds on this lap alone. Whereas Lucas is still trying to gain on Hob, just gets there occasionally but then falls off the back of him. So 31.6 is Lucas's lap. Let's have a look at King Buzzo's lap. He's done 30 dead, so 1.6 is the gain. Let's go back up to Lucas. He still gets within the 1 second of Hob, but not at the detection point. Actually, let's have a look quickly further up. Leclerc and Beefs are close once again. 0.6 is the gap. Beefs getting a decent drive off the corner compared to Leclerc. Don't think Leclerc's going to be close enough to do anything with it, unfortunately. Not this time around. Beast with a penalty. Did Leclerc pick up a penalty for doing the exact same thing? Doesn't look like it. Let's have a look then. Lucas again inside that 1 second window, but not where it matters. He needs to start changing that. He needs to get closer to Hob. Get closer to Hob. Use the fact that King Buzzer's coming to get past Hob. He does have DRS this time, but it's the shortest DRS straight of the lot. So he's going to gain up a little bit. 31.7, King Buzzo does 130, so 1.7 is the gap change this time around. Is it going to come down enough though? He's not got many laps to do it in. He needs Lucas and Hobb to make a little mistake here. Lucas is now well into the DRS zone as is yellow in sector 2. Who's caused the yellow in sector 2? Not one of these guys. Lucas on the back now of Hobb. Hobb's going very defensive into Cops, not normally an overtaking opportunity. And it looked like Leclerc must have had an off then. He's dropped 7 seconds off the back of Beefs. As Lucas picks up a 3-second penalty. And that might actually bring Overspeed into contention for a podium. If Leclerc's got too many penalties, Leclerc has pitted. There's only a few laps to go, and that is going to be bad news bears for him. Lucas going down the inside of Hobb. Has he made it? Is Hobb going to come back at him? Doesn't. He's going to try into Vale. Going to go around the outside. Going to have the inside of the second corner, but Lucas is just better on the brakes. Leclerc is having a front wing change. As Lucas has held off Hobb. Now this is going to work really well for King Buzzo, as he's going to get past Leclerc in the pits. Leclerc will be on fresh softs, but is it too little too late for the Renault man? I suspect it might be. As he's not even out of the pits yet. He's going to be well off the back there, King Buzzo. He's got the gap down to 4 seconds now between him and now it's Hobb, not Lucas, but they will be having DRS, but they will be battling. So little nudges can occur, and it could cost them just a couple of tenths here and there. Obviously their tyres are starting to hurt as well. So currently in the lead you've got Rose, 15 seconds clear of Beefs, who's nearly 16 seconds clear of Overspeed, who in his own is 6 seconds clear of Cal. So there's not a lot of battling to happen at the front. It's all in this midfield, and we're all looking at one man, and that is King Buzzo, or Bolo as you may know him as, and he's not going to be doing very well if he's doing that. And I think that might be his chance squandered. Any chance he had of taking P6 or 5 is now out the window. He's pushed just a little bit too hard, maybe. So we're on lap 24 off 26, only a few laps to go. And actually we're closing up a little bit to Cal now. We're 2.6 seconds off the back of him. I don't know how many penalties he's got. So we are now within that 3-second gap to him. So if he does have more than 3 seconds more than each of these two guys, he will lose a place. Obviously Cal's having a little race of his own out there. So is Overspeed, Beefs and Rowe. Rowe's been at the front for pretty much the entire race. I don't think he's actually squandered the lead at all. He took the lead. Actually did at the start for the first lap. He took it back and has held it ever since then. So look, Leclerc and Mr. Fist. Ooh, I thought there was a little nudge there, but through goes Leclerc up into P8. But Mr. Fist is coming back through. Leclerc's got the inside line and should have this one nailed. Mr. Fist is going to be run out to dry if he's not careful. And Leclerc is up into P8. Mr. Fist is still on the back of him. He's going to have a look into Cops. Be a brave man if he does. And he's still there though, Fist. His tyres aren't that old. And he's had a little off there. He's just held it. That's very similar to what Buzzers did. And that is, again has squandered his opportunity to take some more points. And he's going to drop off the back of Leclerc. So let's go back up to this battle. It's starting to be a battle for 5th, 6th and 7th. Sorry. 4th, 5th and 6th, and 7th is still hanging around. That is Bolo or Buzzo. As Lucas and Hobb have reeled Cow in. That is now less than a second there. Not before the detection point though. So Lucas won't get DRS to defend himself against Hobb. Although Hobb is so far off the back he won't be doing any attacking of his own. Lucas just needs to keep it calm, keep it going. If he can get up to the back of Cow, he's going to get a nice DRS down the hanging straight in a moment's time. And he's got under a second. King Buzzo is now 2 seconds off the back of Hob. These guys have got the rest of this lap and one more lap to go, as Rowe has started the final lap. He's on the other side of the track though. As Lucas isn't within range to make a move. Hob is within range to make a move though. Cow's gone very slow off that corner. He must be doing a lot of fuel saving. He's got 5% ERS left. He got nothing to deploy then. Lucas a little bit off track there. Is Hob going to have a look down the inside? Big off! That is Lucas out of the section. That was Hob just going into the back of him. Looked like a little bit of desync if you ask me. I didn't really see him getting that close. That is Lucas off and out. And Hob has picked up a lot of damage through that. King Buzzo's lost the rear end trying to avoid Hob. It was all over the track. And Leclerc is going to come through. King Buzzo's frustrated and retired from the session himself. Hob with not a lot of front wing left, causing Bolo to take a reversive action. So, action-packed last lap, that is for sure. 2 retirements coming around the final few corners. But Rowe is going to be comfortably taking the race win. He's going to finish 17 and a bit of seconds ahead of Beast before penalties, that is. Beast coming around the final few corners now. He's been taking P2. I don't think he has 15 seconds of penalties over overspeed, but could be wrong. He might. He's just got another 5-second penalty there. It's going to be interesting to see how close this is between him and overspeed. I think Beast probably had about 9 seconds, then taxed on that 5 second. If he had more, and overspeed didn't have any, if he holds it around that corner. But he's 5 seconds off. Not too bad. Cow then coming around the final corners. Limping home in 4th. Could have been a lot worse for him today. He had a lot of cars behind him. And they all had the incident, and he didn't. Hob then P5. Leclerc's going to come around P6. Mr. Fist will be P7. And Double GI will be coming home P8 shortly. And there you go. So I have a quick rundown of those final positions after the race. So Rowe taking the win, penalty free as well. From Beefs, followed by Overspeed Cow, Hob, Leclerc, Mr. Fist, Double GI, King Buzzo, DNFing along with Lucas, Crucifixion, and Luke. And there you go. So join us next week. We'll be in Germany, same time next week, which is 6:30 UK time or 7:30 Central European time. Until then, I bid you a fond farewell.